Hi everyone and welcome back. Recently I was in the process of making a few Father's Day cards and decided to recreate a couple of my designs to save time. And a lot of times when I do this, I try to improve on my previous creation, kind of tweaking it a little as I go to make it better. And I love watching or seeing photos of people doing this where they have a kind of a before and after photo of the card. So I thought I would do this for you in a video. And I also have a blog post that will show more. And unfortunately, I don't have the original before card with me, but I do have a picture of it on my phone that I'll show you. And then I'll also have more photos on the blog that you can take a look at. So to start off, this is the after card, and let me show you the before card. So I don't have my old card with me. I just have this photo, but we'll just use this. And as you can see, it's fine, but there's just a few things that are a little bit off. First of all, it's kind of plain. I like white space, but there's quite a bit of white space here. And it also seems a little spread out between the sentiment and the grill. Too much space in between there. And if you look at the ketchup bottle, it seems a little bit awkward the way it's placed. It's kind of just floating in the air there. So definitely needs some tweaks. This is the new card I came up with. So basically the same thing. I just made a couple of tweaks. So first of all, I added more color. And instead of having the black ink sentiment, I used a blue ink. I think this is a Lawn Fawn blue ink color. And I just kind of like that. It just had a little pop to it. And the blue is a really pretty color. And I also added a little bit of yellow Copic coloring to the grill with a little bit of kind of darker yellow to the side to kind of fade it out. Just to add, again, a little more of a pop of color there. I tuck the sentiment closer to the grill so you don't have such a big space in between. It kind of keeps everything together and kind of as one focal point. Another thing I did was I faced the ketchup bottle going towards the inside. So this kind of makes it a part of the sentiment. And then I added this little spatula from the Lawn Fawn set as a little friend to the ketchup bottle. And I added some foam tape and kind of popped it up on top of the ketchup bottle going the other way. So it just adds some nice texture and a little more interest to the card. But again, everything's kind of clustered together and looks like one focal point. Another thing I did was to trim down, I put all of this on a white cardstock panel, trimmed it down and added it to a craft colored card to kind of add another bit of color and also some more texture and interest to the card. And so that's basically all I did. And I think it just kind of brought the card up a little bit. There's a lot more color to it, a lot more texture. And as I showed you before, everything's kind of tucked together. So it looks like a bigger focal point and like everything belongs. And another thing I wanted to add too, just another design element you can kind of see here is the look of movement. You have the ketchup bottle going up and the spatula going down. So that's kind of makes your eye move up and down on the card. Another thing too, you can kind of see the design triangle. So you have the ketchup and the spatula over to the side here, and then it kind of goes into a triangle to the sentiment. And then back down this way, and then it's kind of a triangle this way. So you can, the bottom of the triangle is here. It's not a perfect triangle, but it kind of still gives you that little triangle look. So that's, I'm not a graphic designer, but that is one of the things that can kind of add to your card if you're looking to kind of improve on it, is to kind of consider some of these design principles that I was talking about. So color, texture, rule of threes, that kind of thing. So keep these fixes in mind the next time you have a card that maybe isn't quite right, and you might see a huge difference in your outcome. So thanks again for joining me today, and I'll see you in my next video.